Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here in our downtown studios in Lansing, Michigan. And we have a couple of guests with us right now, just down the street, as a matter of fact. We're going to be joined by Sarah Anthony, who's the District 68 state representative. And of course, that's all changing, or is 68 the new district, Sarah?
68 is the current district.
Current district, okay.
Which includes Lansing and Lansing Township.
There you go. Okay, so that will be changing a little bit. We also are running down to East Lansing and getting the mayor, Ron Bacon, who has also joined us. So welcome to the show, both of you. It's good to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
One of the things that's going to impact, well, a lot of people, but you two in particular, is the new Crown Act. Sarah, why don't you start by kind of explaining what that is?
Sure. So the Crown Act was first created in 2019. It was a bill that became law in the state of California. And basically it ends discrimination on the basis of hair. Now, I know some of your listeners are saying, what the heck? That exists? I will tell you, unfortunately, it does. Now, we're not talking about the spiked blue-haired mullet that may come into play in some workplaces. We're talking about race-based discrimination. Folks who show up, and when I mean folks, men, women, and children who show up in educational and employment sectors and have been denied opportunities in terms of being employed, promoted, have even been terminated based on how their hair texture, how their hair grows out of their scalp. So unfortunately, in this economy, we still have folks who are being discriminated against because of something they can't control, like their hair texture, like wearing protective styles. So the bill that I've championed since 2019 would end that across the state of Michigan.
You know, it's kind of interesting because when I heard this was a Hair Act, I thought, well, what am I doing here, right? So anyway, I'm not going to be affected by this, but in a sense we are. And let's talk about that a little bit, Sarah, if you'd go on. Employers, because this will impact them. How do they support the work on Michigan's Crown Act?
Well, I will tell you this. We had so many people during the pandemic, including myself, who just couldn't make it to the salon to chemically straighten hair. And many folks are embracing how their hair grows out of their head naturally. And so for employers who I know want to be on the right side of history and want to ensure that they have a diverse workforce, should absolutely support the Crown Act so that they have the best and brightest and most embraced talent that comes into their doors, and folks do not have to fear being discriminated against for something as simple as hair. I always tell people you should be judged by what's in your head and in your heart, and not whether someone shows up with curls, kinks, twists, locks, or braids. So for employers, they want to be on the right side of history and embrace a diverse, talented workforce.
So just make sure you're enforcing this basically and being fair, and we should all be hiring the best employees anyway.
That's right. And Michigan has the best employees to offer.
They do. Very good for you. I'm thinking about a couple of friends that I have who have extremely curly hair, but aren't of color, right? Are they, does this allude to that at all?
So this is specifically race-based hairstyles.
Okay.
The bill specifically says that race is a characteristic connected to hair, and so we should not discriminate based on that fact. But honestly, discrimination of all kinds should not be welcome and accepted in any workplace.
Right. You're absolutely right. I think we're all in agreement on that. Mayor Bacon, so as the mayor of East Lansing, what goals do you have that relate to this workforce development?
Yeah, and I appreciate Sarah's work on the Crown Act, and we ratified this in our own ordinances and coordination with ASMSU. Yeah, workforce, this is all hands on deck. I think this is probably one of a few issues of our generation, of this era, of solving this issue around workforce. We have more retirements than we have people. I think it's going to require an intensive partnership between the private and public sectors, labor, everybody coming to the table and being real partners on workforce development. And I really want to push where this becomes a K through 12, junior college, Michigan State. Everybody has to get on the same page on what it means to have pride and re-deliver on this promise of a workforce if we're going to continue our expansion in manufacturing and in the trades and everything else. And I think there is some willingness around the board to participate in workforce expansion and development.
Yeah, I have to say, I think you're absolutely right. I can't imagine anyone looking for good employees, especially in this marketplace, that even care about any of these issues.
Yeah.
You have also been very involved with the Martin Luther King Commission. Tell me about your involvement there.
Yeah, I've been in this for many years and got the opportunity to be around icons of the civil rights movement, doing things around education, college tours and visits, just a lot of things around that. I think you're going to see us pivot here. I think the number two challenge that's upon us right now is voting rights. I think you're going to see the Martin Luther King Commission, along with myself and other members of the community, really delving into this. There seems to be coordinated and a legitimate assault on why, who, and how people get to vote. I think that's maybe probably the most important issue right now in the community. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see us jump into that.
Well, I think we all need to jump into that, actually. Mayor of East Lansing, Ron Bankin, thanks for joining us. And State Representative Sarah Anthony, it's always good to spend time with you. Keep up the good work, folks, and thanks for spending a little time right here on the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. Stick around. There's a lot ahead.